I would love to see some hypothetical break-evens on an ANWR well compared to North Dakota, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas. So here's the thing. There is no break-even for drilling a well in ANWR. No, that's not a thing. You have to drill a lot of wells in ANWR to realize any break-even. Let me give you the cost per well that it's going to end up costing Chevron on the Willow project. Keep in mind that the Willow project is really far away from ANWR. It's southwest of Prudhoe Bay in the National Petroleum Reserve. The oil reserves where the Willow project is are 100% proven. They are not at all proven in ANWR. They don't know what's there. The cost per well in the Willow project is about $36 million per well. That is assuming that they drill all 250 wells they plan to drill. If they don't drill all 250 wells, let's say they drill half that much, then that cost per well rises exponentially. Depending on your process and your contracts and your acreage and everything else, a well in West Texas, New Mexico, you can drill and complete for $6 to $8 million, maybe $9 million. It all depends on the company and your lateral length, of course. In ANWR, you would have to build out so much infrastructure just to get your oil to the market. To go up there and drill a well would be insane. So it's not about the break-even cost of an ANWR well. It's the cost of an entire project, because to go to ANWR, you're going to have to drill even more wells than they're going to drill in the Willow project. You have to build all the roads. You have to build all the bridges. You have to build all the facilities. You have to build massive pads where you can drill like 50 wells on each pad. The infrastructure cost is absolutely enormous. So to go to ANWR and actually drill, you have to make a commitment to like about a $10 billion project. You can't go to ANWR with a few $100 million and try to do something. That's not a thing. And you may have to drill 10, 15, 20 test wells or experimental wells just to find the oil. You may be in it for a couple of $1 billion before you even find any oil. Do you know how many wells they had to drill in Prudhoe Bay before they struck oil that was economically viable? I think it was like a dozen wells. They had to drill like a dozen wells before they even found oil. What if they didn't find it? What if they never found it? So the economics of operating in ANWR or the National Petroleum Reserve, where the Willow project is in a totally different universe of what it would be like going to West Texas or New Mexico or Oklahoma, Colorado. It's totally different. So to give you a break even on ANWR wells is nearly impossible. But if we assumed that those wells produced as much as the best onshore wells in the lower 48, if they produced that much, they would need to drill about 250 wells. And at that well count, that would get their cost per well down to $36 million a well, which is insane. And that's why nobody's going to ANWR. Chevron made the investment in the Willow project because the oil reserves where the Willow project is in the National Petroleum Reserve is 100% proven. 100% proven. They know it's there. You don't spend $10 billion unless you know it's there. Thanks.